Good morning. 20 years ago, September the 11th, 2001, was a typical fall day. Bright blue skies, sunshine. It's Tuesday. September the 11th, 2001 is a day we will not and should not ever forget. Not since Pearl Harbor has our country been so blatantly attacked. People were just going about their business, starting their days in an office, changing shifts in a hospital, or a firehouse, police station, settling into their airplane seats. Today is about remembering all who died and honoring the first responders who rushed to the scenes to help. Those first responders were firefighters, EMTs, paramedics, law enforcement officers, doctors, nurses. Today is also all about the kindness you felt when fellow citizens help one another in a time of crisis. Words cannot possibly express our gratitude. All stepped up, helped out, and many times risked and gave their own lives to save those of others. Let's take a moment of silence to thank and honor them. Thank you. Dr. Brown.
I keep telling Teresa not to put me after the tall people. These are sunglasses because of the glare. President Meyer, I appreciate your comments with your sincere gratitude of our first response agencies. It inspires a sense of community, and that sense of community brings out the best in all of us. Thank you very much. I am honored yet humbled to offer a note of gratitude, heartfelt thanks, and sincere appreciation to all of our first response agencies, both locally and nationwide. Thank you. We have all heard the saying, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. I don't think any group of individuals exemplifies this phrase more than our first responders. And that group is none other than our excellent EMTs and paramedics, firefighters, law enforcement officers. I would certainly be remiss if I didn't mention the enormous help we get from our healthcare teams of doctors and nurses. Thank you, Professor Bagby. The support of our physical therapists, clinicians. Thank you, Dr. Vaccarino. And our team of health science experts. Thank you, Dr. Scholes, Dr. Santos, and Dr. Anderson, who undoubtedly are responsible for allowing the sick and injured patients we transport the opportunity to live a life of solace. It's this sense of synergy that we are most proud of, especially when these groups come together in times of crisis. We often call our first responders heroes, and we should. It's not because of what they do, but rather how they do it. That how they do things is called professionalism. I've had the opportunity to be a part of this awesome industry of professional first responders for over 30 years. And this, my friends, is how I see this heroic group portrayed in storyline fashion. Crisis-oriented, decisive priorities, fully prepared, hands-on, highly articulate, mental toughness, and well-informed. I ask all of you to take a moment to reflect on that September day in 2001 and recall perhaps who you were with, what you were doing, where you were, and how you knew of what was happening. For most of us, it seems like just yesterday. I was working as an EMS manager for Rural Metro Medical Services, working with a group of 22 EMTs and paramedics in Niagara Falls, New York. I was by myself in crew quarters that morning as our ambulances were out on call requests. I was going about my morning equipment inventory routine while listening to a song by Toto called Hold the Line. And I was singing out loud. I won't do that here. Any of you familiar with the rock and roll stations in Buffalo around that time? I think I had the radio turned to 97 Rock with host Larry Norton. I digress. Anyway, this song is about maintaining your position and staying your course. My wife called me and told me our country was being attacked. I turned on the TV and watched the heartbreaking news. I received a call from our operations manager asking me to reach out to all of our employees to see if they had family members in the New York area and to make sure that they all took time to reach out and call them. Fortunately for me, my crews had no family members in that New York area. And at that time, I really didn't understand the connection that that Total song would have each and every time the 9/11 anniversary rolled around. But for me, every time I hear the Toto song, Hold the Line, I think about all the men and women who lost their lives. Most of the lyrics of that Toto song begin with the phrase, it's not. But it isn't those song lyrics that make you remember that song on that day. It's the essence of staying true to our mission and never giving up. There are no characteristics associated with our first response heroes that are consistent with it's not. For first responders, it's not about greed. For first responders, it's not about discourse. For first responders, it's not about selfishness. And most importantly, it's never about failure. But let me tell you what our heroes do regularly that is prevalent, which was evidenced before, during, and continues after that tragic event of 9/11. First response is about dependability. First response is about loyalty and dedication. First response is about problem solving. First response is about competency. First response is about prioritizing. I remember a conversation I had with a friend of mine who was leaving our Buffalo operation with an ambulance convoy headed to New York City to offer a helping hand after the collapse. I said, please, take care of yourself. Without hesitation, he replied, I'm going to go there and I'm going to save as many people as I can. Then, I'm going to help as many people as I can. And then, I'm going to worry about myself later. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our first response population. President Meyer, Dr. Linconis, Dr. Faulkner. I know if each of you are up here, you would all offer a sincere thank you to all of our first responders, our professional colleagues at Hodges University, and all the men and women who have had an active role in public service across the country and spend every day in harm's way. We all know that you, our heroes, will continue caring for those citizens in need of care. And I know forever and ever that you'll always In the words of Toto, hold the line for us. With sincere appreciation for all that our first responders do,